There we are. There we are. Good morning. Chiang Mai Thai video, Saturday morning coffee. Let's have some coffee. Because we do like good coffee. Americano with just a little artificial milk. I don't know if the timing's right. Saturday morning, 9 o'clock. I think it's a little early. We don't have to work today. Why do we get up so early? Saturday morning. Yes. We're gonna do some live stream. It's not the first time we do a live stream. We did a live stream before. We did a live stream from this couch. We did a live stream from the garden in Chiang Mai. We are still in the experimental phase of this. I don't have a fancy studio. I only use the laptop. There are some restrictions for channels with less than 1,000 subscribers. When you don't have more as 1,000 subscribers, you cannot use the mobile phone, so you cannot play around. Where's my mobile phone? Oh, okay. You cannot play around, you cannot show around, you can do it from a laptop. Yes, you can turn the laptop. Okay, I could turn the laptop, but now I found a nice position in the living room in Holland. Yes, we are in Holland. We have been to Chiang Mai, Thailand in April, March. We were in Thailand for 5 weeks. 5 weeks is not that long. And there were 2 weeks quarantine. 2 weeks quarantine, you can see all the videos on the channel about the quarantine in Bangkok. I thought the quarantine in Bangkok was good. I chose the cheapest hotel that I could find on the website of the Thai embassy in The Hague, Holland. They serve a list with all the ASQ hotels. And I looked for the cheapest one. The cheapest one was 28,000 baht for 2 weeks quarantine. And there were several other cheap ones, 30,000. There were expensive ones. I saw the rates are changing, and there are more cheap quarantine hotels for about 28,000 baht or 28,500 baht. But at that time, the Royal Ratchakin Hotel in Bangkok was the cheapest. It was the cheapest hotel for 2 weeks quarantine, so I chose that, and I got just a small room. Yes, you can see it in the videos. I just got a small room with a bed and a desk. There was some television in the room, but I didn't use it. I'm not used to watch television anymore. There was a nice bathroom with a bath. I could lay in the bath. I could do my laundry in the bath. And I could sober up for 2 weeks, because in quarantine there was no alcohol. There was no smoking. There was no alcohol. The only thing there was the food and sleeping, eating and sleeping, and a lot of coffee. Nescafe, Americano. Yes, there was a lot of coffee and regular food 3 times a day. Sometimes I didn't like the food, and I could order some room service. American breakfast or parts of American breakfast, and I could order things from the shop, but there was not sure what the assortment in the shop was. So I saw some photos of chips and cookies and cola, all the things they claimed, all the things you can get in 7-Eleven, and if they didn't get it in the shop, they would take it from 7-Eleven. But yeah, and then they suggested Heineken Zero. So I drink a lot of coffee and Heineken Zero. So that ASQ for 2 weeks, that was nice. I didn't mind it at all. Yes, it costs some money. There are some tests involved, and you don't get much for your money because you are in a small room. But it was okay. And then I had only 3 weeks. I had only 3 weeks in Chiang Mai. Yes, if you look at the channel, it looks like I was there for 3 months. People think I was there for 3 months, but I was not. I made a lot of videos and I put them out mostly when I got home. 2 times in a week. First 3 times in a week, but that was a little too much. 2 times in a week. Wednesday morning and Saturday morning, 9 o'clock. But now we run out of footage. Yes, the last video is made. We made 2 videos on returning to Holland, traveling to Holland, traveling during a pandemic. There are 2 videos on the channel. One video that leads us from Chiang Mai to Bangkok, and it took a lot of hours because I had to wait so long at Suvarnabhumi airport. I had to wait so long because my flight was a little early from Chiang Mai. I wanted to have a later flight, but it was changed several hours, 1.5 hours. So I already left in the afternoon for a flight of 1 hour and 20 minutes, something like that, from Chiang Mai to Bangkok. And then when I came at Suvarnabhumi, I couldn't even check in because I was way too early. I could have go outside. I could have gone to another level, but it was to going outside. It was too short. It was like 4 hours or something like that. You don't go outside for 4 hours. So I stayed at Suvarnabhumi airport for 4 hours, something like that. That was the first video. The second video brought us from Bangkok to Doha in Qatar because I had a stopover in Qatar. Qatar is a nice airport. We have been there before. We have been there before in Doha, Qatar. But now, when traveling back to Holland, it was only 1.5 hour between flights. Transfer. And then in the last video of this series, you can see me travel to Holland. And I share some views riding the bus from the airport to my home. You can see some nice flower fields in April. It was end of April, 19, something like that, April. So since then, I'm back in Holland. And I put out the videos I made in the last month. And as I said, the last video is put out already. We had some bonus video because the nightlife, the Chiang Mai nightlife, is the most popular part of the channel. people can find it. Actually, they can find it on the YouTube if you use the search term Chiang Mai Nightlife. You can find videos of Jacques. So those videos are the most seen videos, and we had some leftover scenes from the nightlife at Kroh Road in Chiang Mai, starring Mo. There was some question. I asked for questions for this live stream, and there was a question from Jimmy Tename. I don't know if I pronounce his name right. It could be Dutch. Jimmy Tename. He was asking, where is Momo? Yes, Momo is back in Chiang Mai. Momo is in the cherry bar at Kroh Road. So if you want to see Momo, if you want to have an encounter at Kroh Road with our special star, just go to cherry bar, Kroh Road, and she will be there. Yes, she's working there. What about the bar? Yeah, the bar has difficult times. These are strange times these days because all the restrictions. Yes, now the bar can open because it's a restaurant, and I don't know what the restrictions will be in the near future because someone has a pencil box with the nice colors and they're coloring different regions, and now, if I'm not wrong, Chiang Mai must be orange, something like that. It's not too bad in Chiang Mai, in the region of Bangkok, Greater Bangkok, I call it. It's not only Bangkok, but around. It's dark red, and there's some provinces in the deep south of Thailand. There are dark red too, and there are more restrictions, and there are troubles traveling from and to those areas. Yesterday there was some video put out on Facebook from an official Thai institution, and they explained the restrictions of traveling to Chiang Mai from other provinces. You can be vaccinated, but in Thailand, not many people are vaccinated. Not yet. They have some trouble with. They have some trouble. There are not that many people vaccinated in Thailand, but if you are not vaccinated, you can come in with a test, and you can do a test at the airport. They never tell you what the result will be when you're tested positive. They never tell you that. But if you are tested positive, you are taken in some kind of custody, I think. They take you away, put you in some dark hospital. I don't know. Nobody tells you. Nobody speaks about being tested positive while traveling. What will happen? You will go in some kind of quarantine, but where? They don't know. They don't tell you. But yes, where were we talking about? We were talking about coming to Chiang Mai, going to see Momo in the cherry bar. But first, have some more coffee. Nobody's watching, so okay. Way out of love, I'm pretty sure I'm gonna come back again. Gonna come back. Gonna come back. Keep on trying. Still believe it. I can win. Still believe it. I can win. Still believe it. Yes, have some good coffee. And what we'll see, oh, there was someone watching. There was somebody watching. Okay, but you can always watch it later. Eh? There are many friends not awake. It's Saturday morning at 9 o'clock. Most people have a relaxing Saturday and they don't want to watch some Dutch guy rambling about his own life. But you can always see it afterwards on the channel. Yes, let's have some coffee and maybe we can wait. Maybe we can wait for someone to watch. Ooh, it's hot. Hot Americano from Holland. Nescafe. We have a phone call. Not a phone call. Some message. Ah, that's nice. Thank you. Some support on the phone. Yes. So it's Saturday morning in Holland, 9 o'clock. Now we're 20 minutes in the live already. Almost 10:30. It's Saturday morning and the sun is shining. Yes, I cannot show you the sun shining because the laptop is stationary. It's on the table in the living room. But okay, last week there was a lot of wind. It wasn't that nice weather. It was almost autumn. It's supposed to be summer in Holland, but it was more like autumn with a lot of wind. And it wasn't cold. The temperature was good, but so much wind and a little sun, it was not like summer. But today, the wind has gone, the sun is coming, the weather is changing. So we're now in Holland and we're looking at 21. Oh, it says here 22 degrees coming up. It's not 22 degrees yet, but it's 19 now. Early Saturday morning, drinking coffee. It's looking to be a nice day in Holland. Yes, in Holland. We're not in Thailand. We're not in Chiang Mai. There are some questions. When will you return to Chiang Mai? But we will answer this question later. We will answer the question, but first we have some good coffee. Is there somebody who's watching? Yes, we have a viewer. Welcome to the channel. Welcome to the live stream. Jacquess, presenting for Chiang Mai Thai video, talking about the end of the world as we know it. Life is changing because there are so many restrictions to traveling to Thailand, traveling around the world. Is it gonna change forever? Are they gonna ask for a special passport to travel by air? Maybe they don't. They could have some paperwork. There is some paperwork with some stamps. But I think we're looking at some QR code on your phone, some digital passport. You can only enter with your digital passport with a QR code and an app on your phone tracking you all the way. When I was traveling to Thailand in March, April, there already told me to use some app. So I installed the app, can't remember the name. I did install the app, and I was supposed to use it by scanning QR codes at the airport. For example, when I arrived in Bangkok, and yes, it was after quarantine. After quarantine, I arrived at Suvarnabhumi, Bangkok, and I had to check in for my Chiang Mai flight, and they asked me to use that app, and they asked me to scan the QR code, but I'm a digital analphabet, something like that. I'm not so handy with the telephone. I didn't manage to scan any QR code. I never scanned that QR code. Now they're talking. In Holland, you have the festivals, and there was a 2 weeks window of opportunity to go to a festival, and you could only enter the festival with vaccination or some test, and that was also in the phone, in an app, and with QR codes. I have no idea how it works. But that's what we're looking for in the future. That is, it's not the end of the world, but the world is changing. Hey, we have Jack O'Neill. No app, no life. That's where our lives are heading to. Yes, we cannot go around without an app on your phone. And those apps will track you down. They will see everything you do. If your social score is not high enough, your app will be blocked. Something like that. Like the Chinese do already, eh? You don't know that? Never seen it before? The social system with Chinese people? Social ranking system. If you are a good citizen, you get points, you can travel. If you cross the road too many times with a red light, you get punished. You cannot travel because you're not that safe person, huh? That's what we're looking for. That's what it's all about. It's not about some disease with running nose or blood coming from your ears. It's okay, there is a disease, and where it's coming from, we will never know. China, yes, comes from China, from a laboratorium or a bat. It comes from China because in China they have a nice system, and we want it here too because Uncle Klaus said so. Yes, I've lived in China. It's too much power for the rest of the world to not adopt. Yes, the Chinese, there are many Chinese, and they make all the things in the world that are made. If it's not made in China, then the parts are made in China. They are so powerful, they bought complete Africa and digging a hole in it. And yes, you need your how you call it, ground stuff. No, not ground stuff. You need your copper and all the fancy metals for your electric cars and your sun collectors. You need many metals for your electrification. And where are those metals? In the ground, yes, in Africa. And who is digging up? Yeah, the black people are digging up. But who is selling? Yes, the Chinese. The Chinese have it all. It used to be oil was most important in the world. That's not anymore. Now it's all the other different stuff in the ground. So it's not the Arabs, they control the economy. They try it. They try it by raising the fuel prices. But it's for real, it's all the Chinese ruling the world. And they have a nice system they call it communism. Jack O'Neill's. I have a friend in Australia who can't enter her apartment building unless she scans a QR code on the door. Yes. Oh my God. Already in Australia, the system is already completely set up in Australia. Yes. It was 2 years ago in the first lockdown in Australia. I saw a video coming from the streets of a city. And during the first lockdown, they take the opportunity to install many cameras on every corner of the street. They even changed the waste boxes, the litter boxes. The litter boxes had gone intelligent. Yes, the litter boxes were counting the litter and they were all connected. That's 2 years ago, already. In the first lockdown, I saw that video. All those lampposts, all those traffic lights, all those litter boxes were already connected with 5G. Huawei tells us in advertisement 5G is good for you. But our Dutch minister explained where 5G is good for. 5G is good for crowd control. Crowd control. Why do we need 5G? The minister had an answer. Crowd control. What the fuck, crowd control? Cannot talk like that on the live stream. But so in Australia, you cannot enter your own home without some app on your phone. Well, that's what we're heading for. That's the end of the world as we know it. So, what will future bring us? Is my future here in Holland? I don't like the way the Dutch government acts on the Build Back Better policy. The Dutch government adopted the Build Back Better policy from Uncle Klaus already. And they're playing with the people. They're playing with the QR codes. They're playing with the apps. They're playing with the restrictions. They're playing with the with the money. Small businesses come in trouble because of the lockdowns and the restrictions, and they have to be supported by government money. So they're all surviving on government money. Many people are dependent of government money. That's the future. A basic income. Oh, that's a nice basic income. I don't have to do anything and I get a basic income. Yes, but if you don't rate your social credit score, your social credit score is wrong, something like that. Oh, we cut down your basic income. That will happen. I'm sure that will happen. It's already happening. Small businesses in restaurant business and cafe business, they all get money to survive. And then now it's opening up in Holland, a little bit, bars can open up, but they have to play by the rules. If they don't play by the rules, they don't get any money. So everybody play by the rules. Everybody goes with the flow because yes, we have to play by the rules. We love the rules. If we don't follow the rules, we cannot live. Let's follow the rules. Yes. I don't prefer to follow the rules, not rules made up by some Uncle Klaus, because it's coming from Uncle Klaus. You know Uncle Klaus? Klaus Schwab? You don't know Klaus Schwab? Many people don't know Klaus Schwab because they only watch national television owned by Klaus Schwab. No, Klaus Schwab is only, how you call it, zetbaas. It's greater powers involved, but we never know about the background of Uncle Klaus. Who was the father of Uncle Klaus? Who was his family? Does he have connections in Argentina? We never know. I cannot find it, even not on the internet. But that's our future, and because that's our future, I'm asking myself, is my future here in Holland? No, I don't think so. My wife lives in Thailand. My wife lives in Chiang Mai. My family lives in Chiang Mai. That's for me, that's the place to be for me. But if I wait too long, I can only travel with my QR code. I need more coffee. Is there more people watching? Yes, there are people watching. This is an experiment, eh? We have done it before, the live stream. We've done it before from the kitchen. We've done it before from the garden in Chiang Mai. But it's still an experiment. First, some extra coffee. Wait for me. I'll be back. Way out of down. I'm pretty sure I'm gonna come back again. Gonna come back. Gonna come back. Keep on trying. I'm gonna keep on trying. Still believe it, I can win. Still believe it, I can win. Yes, I come with the idea to do another live stream because of my friend Twitchy. You know Twitchy, Mr. G? Mr. G has a channel on the YouTube, and he had a channel before. He had some audience before, but then he was, I don't know, he was banned from the YouTube, and he was gone from the YouTube for a long time. He had some conflict with, he likes to have conflicts, I think. So he makes conflicts with several other YouTubers in Thailand, and they flagged him and they took his channel down. And after a while, he got a new channel, and he's still liking conflicts. And he did live streams. He did only live streams because maybe he was afraid to go out. Could be. And the live streams there were for hours. And normally I didn't look things like that, but in the quarantine period, in the 2 weeks quarantine in Bangkok, I looked a lot of YouTube, and I looked at the reluctant nomad doing live streams. Most of the time, the first half hour was nothing, and then the show starts. It was yes, I have to call it a show too. Good morning show. The show starts, and then he talked about whatever he wanted to talk about, and sometimes it was nice. I liked when he was looking at Facebook and the channel of Roy Bath, Thailand videos, and then he goes scrolling, and then he talked about other channels, reviews of other channels. I like that, and I wanted to be a review too. So sometimes I look at each channel if he's still ranking, if he's still reviewing other channels. But most of the time he does it early in the morning in Thailand, and early in the morning in Thailand is at night in Holland. So I hardly see him for real in a live stream, always several days later. But last week I had a night shift, and I saw him live streaming, and he was asking to call in. Yes. He was asking to call in with the line. You know, it's another app. It's an app, but it's something like WhatsApp or Messenger, but then the Thai popular version of it. Thai WhatsApp is called Line. So he was asking to call in at Line, and I have Line on my phone because I use it in Thailand. And I called in. Why not? I was drunk anyway. So I called in, and we had some nice conversation, and he was friendly. Yes. He's not always friendly. Most of the time he's not friendly, but he was friendly, and he was interested in my life as with my marriage, because I have a long distance marriage. I am married, as you know. I have a long distance marriage, and he didn't understand it. How can you live like that? So I explained him how I live. But yes, it's time that the long distance marriage becomes a real marriage. It's time for me to go back to Thailand. That's how we come to another question I asked in some video. Wednesday I put out some video announcing this live stream, and I asked for questions. What questions do you want to be answered in this live stream? And Gare and Anne from Together Somewhere, it's a channel on the YouTube, and Together Somewhere is spelled with a 2 at the first part of the channel name. And they had a question. A question that's asked many times. When are you going back to Chiang Mai? Actually, they said going back to Chiang Mai soon. No, not soon. Jimmy Tenam also asked, when are you going back? Many people ask me, when are you going back? The planning is October, November. with a loy kratong, or a loy katoy, as I like to call it. Yes. Loy kratong is somewhere about 15 November, something like that. Half November. Half November. And I'm planning, it's just planning, to do the same as I did before. Because I am not vaccinated, I don't have the right QR code in my phone, but because Thailand is a little bit slow with the program, Thailand is a little bit slow with the program, so they cannot demand everything they want because they don't have him themselves too. So I'm thinking, my predictions is that I can do a 2 weeks quarantine again. Now they have the Phuket sandbox, Phuket sandbox. You know sandbox. The sandbox is where the children play and they catch all kind of viruses and bacteria for their immune system. That's what you do in a sandbox. Build up your immune system. So it's, I don't know the thoughts about the name, but Phuket Sandbox. Phuket Sandbox is 2 weeks quarantine on Phuket. I don't have to be on Phuket. I just want to go to Chiang Mai, but I don't mind to take 2 weeks quarantine if it's cheap. Like before, if it's cheap, 28,000 baht, some extra costs, it will be 1,000 euros extra cost, maybe a little bit more. I can handle that. So I am willing to do another 2 weeks quarantine and then going to Chiang Mai. So the planning is October, November. I did ask for a holiday at work for 5 weeks already, and it was approved. And I do have 5 weeks. Yes, I know in other countries people hardly have any holiday, but in Holland I have 25 holidays a year. So I already spent 25 days in March, April, but I still have 25 days because last year I couldn't go out anywhere. So I do have another 25 days. I took another 25 days holiday. I asked for it and it's approved. So that's the planning. Going back at Loy Kratong, Loy Katoy. And you never know what happens, eh? If the world ends as we know it, I could go to Chiang Mai, and I don't tell you. I cannot tell you all the details. It's a secret. No, but it's changing so fast. Eh? The colors on the map are changing. Thailand was a safe country. Thailand was yellow, according to the Dutch government, and now they found the color box. They found the color pencils and they painted Thailand orange. So Thailand isn't that safe anymore. So when you are arriving from Thailand to Holland, there are some restrictions. But in Holland, we don't have a system like the quarantine. There is sometimes you have to do a home quarantine, but they have difficulty to controlling it. They have to send someone at the door to look if you are at home or not. They're still implying the right app. If you have the right app, they can put you in home quarantine, but they don't have the system like in Thailand with the hotels. In Thailand, they have selected, I think it's 100 different hotels, and they're all in the Bangkok region for ASQ. And there is some traveling in Thailand. You have another 3-letter quarantine system. I don't know the right 3 letters, but you can do when you travel from one province to another province, and then there is a wrong color involved. One of the two are red or something like that. You can have a quarantine in a local quarantine, but it's for domestic traveling. But those things are changing, and now last week they called Thailand orange. So if you come back from Thailand, you have some restrictions. You have to do a test. They have some kind of test. Very reliable test. Yes, they have. And they never talk about what will happen to you when you're tested positive. They don't tell it what's happened to you here in Europe. They don't tell what happens to you over there in Thailand when you are tested positive on arrival. I think they take you in custody, something like that. Good morning, coffee. What's the time? How long are we talking to ourselves? No, we're talking to Jacques O'Neill. Oh, it's not an hour yet. We can wait for some more viewers. The system says 47 minutes. 47 minutes of talking to myself. Yes, because nobody knows I'm doing the live stream. I think nobody knows. We're gonna have some break. And I leave you with some music for only 5 minutes. Can look at Kitty, Daisy, Kitty, Jenny and Lewis. Kitty, Jenny and Lewis for the break music. Yes, let's add. I don't need an ad. My eyes are getting worse and I'm getting older, I think. I hope. Yes, that's the end of the ad. Skip it. What the? Yes. We have some break. We have a peepee break. Let's have a peepee break. I'll be back.
But I didn't do you wrong. Oh, my honey baby. But now I'm going home. I left my baby all alone. And I didn't do you wrong. So you ain't gonna weep and mourn. So you ain't gonna weep and mourn. I called my baby yesterday night and she said she loved me. She wasn't gonna kiss me, and she's gonna love me by the time I got home. I left my baby all alone, and I didn't do you wrong, so you ain't gonna weep and moan. So you ain't gonna weep and moan. Oh, yeah. She's gonna love me one time when I'm home. Well, it won't be long. And when I get home, well, you ain't gonna weep and moan. Well, you ain't gonna weep and moan. I said you ain't gonna weep and moan.
Wie zegt dat je niet in de toekomst kan
Wie
kijken?
zegt dat je niet in de toekomst kan kijken? Who says you cannot look in the future? Nobody can look in the future unless you have the script. If you have the script, you know what will happen, but they don't hand out the script. We will know it later. Okay, this is the Saturday morning coffee. Is this the end of the world as we know it? What will happen? What will happen to the world? What will happen to the channel? The channel? Yes, Chiang Mai Thai video vlog. We have a nice channel. We have already 6 seasons. 6 seasons means 6 times traveling to Chiang Mai. No, 5 times traveling to Chiang Mai, and 1 time we had some footage from our special reporter filled up the channel during 2020. I could not travel. To Chiang Mai, but I still managed to fill the channel. So the channel has already more than 250 videos on the channel. You can look them all. You can do a binge watch. You can watch all day, all night. That's what I'm used to do. Watch myself, watch my own videos for hours, because I'm some kind of narcissistic. I like to hear myself talking. Yes, and that's good because I'm talking to myself. I'm talking to myself for almost an hour. We had Jack O'Neill. Jack O'Neill was responding in the chat. You can respond in the chat too if you're watching. I see 2 people are watching now. 2 people are live with me. I did announce this live stream with a video on Wednesday because my subscribers were expecting some video on Wednesday morning, and I put out some video on Wednesday morning, made it the day before, the night before, and I came up with the idea to going live. So I did an announcement. I made an announcement, but now I made a small mistake. I used the same thumbnail for the announcement as for the real live show. So I'm just thinking my subscribers, and there are so many subscribers, 574 subscribers. My subscribers must be thinking, oh, I've seen it already. The video was seen for about 100 views for the announcement. So 100 people should know I'm going live on Saturday morning with Saturday morning coffee. 100 people should know, but it's early in the morning in Europe. We are at Holland, and we are now at almost 10 o'clock Central European time. There is some time difference with the GMT, Greenwich time. There is some time difference with the UK. There is sometimes time difference with Thailand. In Thailand, it will be 3 o'clock afternoon. Who wants to be watching me drinking coffee at 3 o'clock in the afternoon while we are in Thailand? I don't know. So I can see there are people watching, but most people will be watching afterwards. If they realize I was live and it was different from the announcement, I used the same thumbnail. That was a mistake. Maybe I can change the thumbnail so people recognize it's a new video, because this live will be a video. Okay, it's a live stream, and if you are watching, you can enter the chat and you can ask your questions. But if you're still in your bed thinking, come out of your bed, it's a beautiful day in Holland. It's a beautiful day in this part of the country. In other parts of the country, in Limburg, you know Limburg, it's the most southern part of the Netherlands. We've been there. You can see a video, Jacques traveling in Holland. And then we travel to Limburg. Yes, look it up in the library. There are many videos in the library. And one of those videos, it was, I think, 2 years ago already, maybe 3. I was traveling in Holland. I was traveling to Limburg, and Limburg has a problem these days. It's a big trouble. There are even people dying because of water. Yes, it's the highest part of the Netherlands, and they have a water problem. Here we are at the coast. We're sitting over there. Over there is the Haarlemmermeerpolder. You know the Haarlemmermeerpolder. We show it in the video coming back from Bangkok, traveling to Schiphol Airport Amsterdam, and Schiphol Airport Amsterdam is 6 meters below sea level. It's over there. It's only 500 meters. There is the Haarlemmermeerpolder, 6 meters below sea level. And over there, it's about 2 miles. 2.5 miles. Over there, there's the sea. So the sea over there is 6 meters higher than the land over there. But we don't have any trouble because we have the Dutch mountains, the sand hills between the sea and the country over here. And over there we have the dikes. We have many dikes and they hold back the water. So you would think if there was any water problem, it would be here. But no, the water problem, it's a disaster. The water problem is coming from abroad. The water problem is coming from the Maas, the river Maas, coming from France. The water problem is coming from the Rhine, from Germany. The water problem is coming from Europe. So I think we must leave Europe because they're causing a lot of trouble. But now the water is rising so high in Limburg. Yesterday and the day before there were a lot of rains. And there were a lot of rains in France, there were a lot of rains in Germany, in the Alps, there were a lot of rains. And all that water comes flowing to the rivers, going to our port, Rotterdam. All that water has to flow to Rotterdam, but sometimes the capacity of the waterways is too low, and then we have a problem. So now they have a problem in Belgium and in southern part of the Netherlands, and the cars are drifting through the streets. Yes, the cars are floating through the streets, and there are already several people died already. In Germany, in Belgium, people actually died. I don't think people already died in Holland, but it's a big trouble. Yes, it's a big trouble. How did we come to this subject? Oh yes, we're here in Holland with a nice day. So they won't have some nice day in Limburg, but here the sun is shining, and last week was not so good. But today it's weekend, it's Saturday morning. We do face a nice day. Yes, the sun is shining outside. It's getting hot. It will be hot today. So come out of bed. Be active. Look at the YouTube. Look at the live chats. There are more people coming to the channel. Yes, people recognize that I'm live, so I can take it longer. Maybe I get some reactions on the chat. If I can get some reactions on the chat, we can change the subject. The subject about the future. Can we look into the future? Is this the end of the world as we know it? What about some coffee? Let's have some. It's only for a short moment. I take some coffee. You can take some coffee too. Wait for it. Yes, wait for it. Coffee's coming. Yes, coffee is coming up. Some not Nescafe. We have other system, but it's good coffee. It's Americano. Americano. We do like Americano with some little milk, some artificial milk. It's almost the same as the coffee from our barista Momo. Baristi. There was some question, where is Momo? Momo is back in the coffee shop, making Americano, waiting for you. Yes, we have some nice coffee. Thinking about this live stream. Are we gonna do more live streams like this when the reactions are okay? When people show to like those live streams, I can do more. I don't know if I'm gonna do it every Saturday morning at 9 o'clock. 9 o'clock, that's awful early for a Saturday. Yeah. So maybe later, maybe on Sundays, Sunday afternoon. What do you think? What's the best time for you? What's the best time for you to join the coffee shows? We call it show because all those other guys going live, they call it show too. Show. What is the best time for you for this kind of live streams? Do you prefer the Sunday? Leave your comments below, or maybe even in a chat box. We have a chat box. Jack O'Neill found a chat box, but there are not many people in the chat box. But you can leave your comments below if you see this as a video. If you see this later, leave in the comments below what's the best time for you for things like that. And do you like it? Do you even like it to watch me sitting here on the couch, drinking coffee, talking, only talking? I try to listen too, but nobody's speaking. Nobody's speaking to me, not today. It's too early. So I'm waiting for your comments. What's the best time for us to go live? And then we can talk about whatever you want. I prefer to talk about Chiang Mai, the situation in Chiang Mai today. Situation in Chiang Mai today is bars and restaurants are open. Yes, the Cherry Bar is open. You can go to the Cherry Bar, you can go to Joy for some hot pot. Hot pot. Yes, Joy is serving the hot pot. You can sit outside on Kroh Road having the hot pot. You can spend hours doing that. Yes. The hot pot is a way to enjoy the restaurant for hours at the terrace. It's not the terrace, it's a table outside. You can sit on the table outside with your friends, having hot pot, drinking a beer, because you can drink a beer in a restaurant. There are some limits about time. I don't know the right time. It could be 10 o'clock. But if you go out late afternoon for your dinner, you can have the hot pot with a beer. You can sit outside the Cherry Bar and Restaurant. If you ask for it, they make a barbecue. Yes. You can see the videos on the channel, one of the last videos on the channel. It's about my last night in Chiang Mai. Joy was making barbecue. There was some French fries. There was some fried rice, fried chicken. There was barbecue pork and beef. She can do barbecue for you. You can have a good time late afternoon when it's a restaurant, and then you can have your dinner, you can have your beer or something else, some tea. or some good coffee. So the bar is open and customers can come to the bar. They can have a beer. They say there is a limited of time. After 10 o'clock, the doors will be closed. But you can go to Kroh Road. And then people ask me, why are you so fixed at Kroh Road? Why don't you go to the other places? Sunny and Yellow? No, not Sunny and Yellow. Over there, in Yellow. I never go to that place because I don't have any connection with the place. The connection with the cherry bar is the manager of the cherry bar, the owner of the cherry bar. The owner of the cherry bar is family. Yes, so that's why we always go to cherry bar. We like to support our family. Our family and friends are all working at the cherry bar. So if they're working at the cherry bar, we bring our support to the cherry bar and not to any other bar, not to M&M bar or the new Carnival bar in near the boxing stadium. All the bars in the boxing stadium, they face a very hard time because they don't have any restaurant license. So I'm not sure, but probably the bars in the boxing stadium at Kroh Road, they are closed. And I don't think there will be much boxing at the boxing stadium because it's changing every time. It's coming up, coming down. But I never heard someone going to the gym. We have to ask Wayne, can you go to the gym? Yes, you can do your exercise outside in the park, but can you go inside in the gym? Can you do your Thai boxing training? Can you have a fight? Can you have an audience? I don't think so. I don't think you get an audience for your Thai boxing because there are no tourists. There are only some expats. And experts have a different lifestyle. They cannot go out every night. They will not go out every night, but we hope they go out as much as they can, support the local economy because people need it. They have big troubles because it's so hard to earn some money. There is no foreign money on the road. But you can go to Sababa restaurant, you can go to Franco Thai, you can go to the Wild Boar. The Wild Boar is a bar and restaurant. You can have your dinner at the Wild Boar, drink a beer, maybe watch some sports, pet the dog and have a good time. Yes, there are many places are in business, but they need customers. So that's why I'm calling to you. If you are in Chiang Mai, if you're looking at these videos, if you see me talking to myself, please support the local business. Go out to your restaurants. Go to Sababa restaurant, eat some falafel. Order some cookies. They have special cookies. I think there is a reaction on the chat. Jacques, can you share what sort of work you do? Yes, I can share my work. I'm working at a company selling plastic. Yes, it's almost a curse talking about plastic these days, but plastic can be recycled many ways. Yeah, don't throw it on the street, don't throw it in the water, don't put it in the ground. Recycle your plastic. If you recycle your plastic is no problem. So we are selling plastic, and the plastic we sell is some kind of special. We sell the plastic to pack the flower bulbs. Yes, you have seen the flower bulbs in the traveling home video. In April, the tulips and the narcissus, like narcissus. The tulips and the narcissus, they grow, they have beautiful fields, and people are coming to the Keukenhof, the park. It's not a national park, it's a private park, but the exhibition park. They come all around the world. They come to Keukenhof. Keukenhof is over there. It's only half a mile, no, 1 mile over there, on the just on the face of the Dutch mountains, the sand dunes. They have the park, Keukenhof Park, and they show the tulips. And people all around the world do like the tulips, so they want to buy the tulips at the Walmart, but they have to be packed, and they are packed in plastic. And if you go to your local Walmart, your local greenery store, how you call it, where you buy your bulbs, you will find a bag with bulbs, and it's packed in plastic. And there's a 50-50 chance the plastic coming from us. We are selling 50% of all the plastic that's used for packing flower bulbs. And it's the time. So the flowers grow and they bloom in March, April. They are beautiful in April. You can see it on the video. After that, it takes some weeks. They cut off the flowers, they leave the green, and then the bulbs grow. And now it's the time they take out the bulbs from the ground. They clean it, they separate it, they different sizes. And then they have to pack it, and they're using machines to pack it. And on the one side of the machine, the bulbs go in, and the other side, the foil goes in, and in the middle, the sacks, the bags with the bulbs come out. They put a carton on it, and they send it out to the world. So this is the time flower bulbs are packed in Holland. And as I told you, I'm working at a company selling that special plastic. So last week was the first week of our main season, our summer season. And they are starting to pack those flower bulbs. So we have a warehouse. I run the warehouse, and it's full of plastic. It comes on big rolls, and the size is different, about 50 centimeters, 43, 53, 64 centimeters rolls with plastic. And there is 2,000 meters on a roll, on one roll. And if you imagine a little bag of 20 centimeters, you get 5 sacks from a meter. But you have 2,000 meters, so you have 10,000 bags. 10,000 bags from one roll, and we sell them in a pallet, at the pallet, and there are 20 rolls on a pallet. So 20 times, that is 200,000 bags from one pallet, and I have 1,000 pallets. There are many bags made from the plastic we sell. Many bags will go around the world with plastic from us, from our company. And yes, there is things changing in the plastic business. We now have recycled plastic. We have new kinds of environmental friendly plastics, compostable plastics. There are many things changing in the packaging world. Some exporters prefer paper. Now we found some paper, it can run on the same machine. So they're packing the bulbs in a new kind of paper. All things are changing. But most of those plastic is coming from our warehouse, and I run the warehouse. I do it myself. I run the in external transport. There's some transport here around the neighborhood because the big exporters are here in the region, and I bring pallets myself. So when I bring one pallet, I bring 200,000 plastic bags. When I bring 5 pallets, I bring 1 million plastic bags. So the plastic soup in the world is yes, but yeah, it's the problem for the people. The waste, that's the waste part is the problem. So that's about my work, Jacques O'Neill. That's about my work. I'm working in plastic logistics, and it's all about the flower bulbs, and it's a seasonal work. When the flower bulbs are packed, my work is done. Then I have to build up my stock again. I need to build up my stock because next season will be at the end of the year. This is other kind of bulbs. They will bloom in summer, and they will be harvested in the end of the year. And at the end of the year, we have different dahlias, and things like that. They are blooming late in the summer, so they're blooming now, I think. And when they come from the ground, they will be packed too. So I need new stock. That's what I do in between those periods, building up stock till the warehouse is full. A maximum capacity of the warehouse is 1,000 pallets. But there are never 1,000 pallets. When there are 800 pallets, I start moving out. But this year it's different times, the difficult times. The world is changing, and you see it on the prices. Starts with the prices of the petrol, and that goes down to the prices of the plastic, and the available. If you can buy your ground sources, you can buy your. It has to come from one factory. If the factory doesn't have plastic, they cannot produce foil. And if they cannot produce foil, we cannot buy it. We're only buying and selling, and we're not producing. The Germans are producing, but they need plastic, and the plastic is expensive, and everybody wants plastic, and all the Chinese is buying the plastic, things like that. That's what's happening in a changing world. So that's my work. It's a good job. and it makes me able to travel to Thailand 2 times a year. 2 times a year, because I have 25 holidays in a year. So what we're doing now, we're almost 1.5 hours in this live stream. There were some people watching. Jack O'Neill, he asked his questions at the chat. Maybe other people want to ask questions in the chat. I don't know. I think it's time for a peepee break. We had some nice pauze music. Reclame overslaan, yes. We can use that music again because it's from Kitty, Daisy and Lewis. We used the tune before in different videos. It's a soundtrack coming from the soundtrack of the 6th season Chiang Mai Thai videos. I have a peepee break. I leave you with Kitty, Daisy and Lewis for a moment. I will be back. Yes, just wait for me. I will be back. See you later.
I'm going home. I left my baby all alone, but I didn't do you wrong. Oh, my honey baby. But now I'm going home. I left my baby all alone, and I didn't do you wrong. So you ain't gonna weep and mourn. So you ain't gonna weep and mourn. I called my baby yesterday night, and she said she loved me. She wasn't gonna kiss me, and she's gonna love me one time I got home. I left my baby all alone, and I didn't do you wrong. So you ain't gonna weep and moan. So you ain't gonna weep and moan. Oh yeah. She's gonna love me one time when I'm home. Well, it won't be long. Yeah. And when I get home, well, you ain't gonna weep and moan. Well, you
I'm gonna leave it more. Yes, it's time to go home. Planning to go home in October, November. Loi Krathong, Loi Katoy. We cannot look into the future, but we are optimistic. You have to stay optimistic. It can only be better. It will be better, yes. Stay optimistic. I will hope the channel will grow sometime. Why? Because if you do things like this, you like to have an audience. You don't have to have the illusion to make money of it, because it doesn't. If there is money involved in the YouTube, it's YouTube who's earning money. YouTube is part of Google. I am part of the big tech system. I am supporting the big tech communication companies like Google. Yes, I'm part of Google. I'm part of Facebook. I'm supporting the big money. I know the big money is the problem in the world, but what's the alternative? We have to live. We are in 2021. We have to live the 2021 life, and 2021 life is digital, and it will be with QR codes. I'm only afraid of being digital myself. I don't need to have any implants, because I'm too lazy to use my fingers to put in some text. I don't need that. Uncle Klaus sees us as a hybrid, some robots. I don't need to be a robot. I did not make any children myself, but if I had children myself, I wouldn't want them to be a hybrid. I wouldn't want them to be a robot. I want to see humans. Are there people watching? Yes, there are people watching. It's my brother. He's watching. You know my brothers. I have 3 brothers: Johnny, Jack, and Jason. And the 4th one we always forget. 4 brothers. 4 brothers on the 3rd floor. Yes. And this live stream was 1.5 hours. We get some response from Jack O'Neill, and we don't know if we will do this again. It depends on the views. The views when it's a video. This live stream will be a video on the channel. It will be part of the library. It will be one of the about 250 videos on the channel, and one of the videos will be this. This will be a video, and maybe we can do some editing about the thumbnail, because people think it's the same as the previous video. The previous video was just an announcement of this live stream. The previous video get only 100 views. You can see on the channel good performing videos have 200 views, 250 views. There are some videos, they have 300 views. The video going to Sababa restaurant was a great success. Sababa supported this video on the Facebook, and she put it out on social media. So the Sababa restaurant review video got more than 500 views. It was a good success for this season. And there is some nightlife videos already getting 700 views. One of the first few videos in this 6th series was the cheapest quarantine hotel in Bangkok. Cheapest quarantine hotel video already got 1,000 views. 1,000 views. That's okay. From other series from previous series. There are some videos on the channel. They have 3,500 views. Okay, 3,500, not 3,500 people, because people watch them several times, I notice, and I watch them myself many times. I do the binge watch. You should do the binge watch too. Yes, put out the music, put on the video, uh, and watch the video, watch the whole video, and see the next video. Watch the video, the whole video, and another next video. You can do that with a playlist. There are several playlists on the channel. Chiang Mai Nightlife playlist, excursion playlist. Put on some playlist. Watch all day, all night. Yes, that's helping the channel, because the channel needs to grow. The channel needs to grow, not to earn money, because you cannot, not for real. Only when you scam or sell some. Yes, I could sell my hat. I could sell my hat on the store, some store, make some store, and then sell a hat or a T-shirt. Look at my Hawaiian T-shirt. I could sell them on the line. Yes, I could do that, but you need audience to do that. I'm not thinking about selling any merchandise. You have to be some kind of CB media. When you have so many views, then you can sell your merchandise, you can sell your T-shirts, you can sell your hats, you can sell your long tail boats. What's about a long tail boat? Do you know the channel from CB Media, from the guy, the slanted guy? I must be honest, I don't like him. No, he has a big mouth. He says stupid things like every Thai policeman can be bribed. You cannot talk negative like that about Thailand and then expect Thailand is supporting you. You have to stay positive. You have to stay optimistic. You cannot make videos like that, walking on a beach, pretending you're the first one, the very first one. No, you're not the very first one walking on that beach. There is nobody's walking on that beach because there are too many restrictions. But okay, I will not sell any merchandise, not before the channel is as big as CB Media. No, and there is no money in advertisement. There is only money in scams. Yes, you can sell courses. You can sell courses, do as I do. You can go to the other channel, the Jacquess channel. The first part is do as I do, quit smoking. You can sell that as a course. Yes, you can sell how to be successful on YouTube. Yes, I want to sell a course how to be successful on YouTube, but I'm not that successful on YouTube. Do as I do. Get 3 views on your live stream. Nah. Advertisement is only small money. So it's a hobby. It's just a hobby. 5 years ago, I was thinking it could be business, but it's not business. It's just a hobby. It's just for fun, but it's nice to do, and I can watch my own holiday videos on the TV. Yes, in earlier days, in the time of VHS video recorders, we had a big camera taking holiday videos, and then we come back at home and we had to process it with 2 recorders. There were weeks. There were more weeks busy editing the VHS videos, and then when it's done, we could all invite our friends who were there in the same bus, in the same holiday resort. We can invite them and watch the video of our 2 weeks holiday in Hungary or something like that. Yes, it's the same now, but it's 30 years later. Yes, time is changing, and now we can make our holiday videos on the YouTube. So we put out our holiday videos on the YouTube, and everybody can watch. And it has become a nice hobby. And I hope people like my holiday videos, because I do like my own holiday videos. So it's 1 hour and 40 minutes in a live stream. We had some reactions. Okay, we're waiting for reactions in the comments when it's a video. We already had a lot of coffee. Yes, we put it. We had some water. It's not time for a beer yet. It's 11:15. A little early for some beer, but I will have some beer later today because it's a very sunny day. It's summer in Holland. Yes, look at the temperature. Look at the temperature. It's Celsius. No, it cannot be. The thing was lying in the sun. It's hot. It's hot. It's 54 degrees. 54 degrees Celsius. No, it's not 54 degrees Celsius outside. It's in modern times. I look at the laptop and I see it's 21 degrees in Holland. 21 degrees and a sunny day. It feels like the first day in summer. It's 17 July. It should be summer for weeks already, but it wasn't. Not for real. It was very strange weather because the climate is changing. The climate is changing because of the plastic soup caused by some guy in Holland. Yes, I'm part of the plastic soup, changing the climate. So the weather is getting better. It's not the same as in Thailand. No, I do like the weather in Thailand. Not because I like it 40 degrees, but because the nights are warm. Yes, I do like my nights warm. You can walk outside without any, just like this. You walk outside at night, you go out outside at night. You walk in your short pants. I never walk in my short pants because I have the ugly legs. Cannot show the legs in public. You cannot show the legs in public like that, because so I'm in Holland. I'm wearing the long pants, but in Thailand you can wear your shorts all day, all night. Wear a t-shirt, and that's what I like. The warm nights. Nights in Holland are not warm. Last night it was like 14 degrees. But today it looks to be a nice day. I will go out for my groceries. I have to buy some lunch because the refrigerator is empty. I have to buy some beer because the refrigerator is empty. I will go out for my groceries. I will have some lunch. Later in the afternoon I will visit a friend. I will go out on a motorbike. I already sold the car and I already sold the boat, so that's not an option. I go out on a motorbike in the afternoon And then when I come back, I will have a look if this video was watched already, if somebody did watch the live stream. There is someone watching now. I don't know who, because there is no reaction in the chat. We have the top chat. We have a top chat. And you can give your comments in the chat, but you don't. Because there are very limited people watching this show. Yes, we call it a show. It's the Saturday morning coffee show, and we're going to close it now because it's 1 hour and 45 minutes. I need a bigger break than only a peepee break. I need to go out in the sun, work on my tan, because, yes, I'm too white, I know. I have to work on my tan. I go sit outside. I cannot take you outside. The laptop can go outside, but okay, just a short view. Only a short view for the people. Nobody's watching, so I can do that. It will be in the video later when it's a video. Later when it's a video, you can see it. And I'll try to give you a look outside, and then I will close this live stream video. Look outside. Oh, it's very bright. I can sit outside, work on my tan. That's what I will do, and then go out for my groceries. Thank you for watching Chiang Mai Thai video vlog. Why is the name so long? Yes, because it's all in it. It's about Chiang Mai. It's supposed to be about Chiang Mai, Thailand. It's video. You know the cool people, the children say, Thai video. That's why it's called Chiang Mai. Thai video. And it's a vlog. Yes, a travel vlog, a serious travel vlog for JV Productions Unlimited, presented by Jacquess, that's me. And we are leaving this live stream. Thank you for watching. And if the response in the comments is positive, we will think about another live stream, maybe on a different time. Let me know what time is best for you. Maybe Sunday afternoon, something like that. If you like me rambling about Chiang Mai, Thailand, about myself, about the channel on a Sunday afternoon, let me know in the comments. I can change the scheme. Yes, can change the scheme. It doesn't have to be Saturday morning 9 o'clock. Saturday morning 9 o'clock is a little bit early. Me myself have difficult to wake up on a time like that. Maybe you do too. So give your comments below. If you like this kind of videos, subscribe to the channel. Don't miss any video. Do a binge watch all day, all night, and I see you later. Roll the outro with the playing. No, I cannot do that. Maybe later. Chiang Mai Thai video. Bye bye.